If you're a bassist who wants to unlock the real power of arpeggios, not just as exercises, but as tools to create incredible bass lines and solos, then this video is for you. And it's also for you if you're looking for a great way to master the fretboard. But why should you listen to me? Well, I'm a pro bassist here in the cutthroat scene in New York City. I've spent my career playing with the greatest names in jazz, and I also coach bassists inside my bass improv mastery program, where I help players just like you to go from overthinking and struggling with improv to playing with confidence and freedom. And today I'm going to show you one simple arpeggio trick that will instantly expand your harmonic understanding and give you more options in your playing. So let's go to the keyboard, which if you've been watching my videos, you know that this is the source where we want to move beyond just being bass players. We want to move into understanding harmony. We got to do everything at the keyboard. So today what I want to talk about is how the major sixth arpeggio and the minor seventh are the same thing. Now, if you have a lot of theory knowledge, this is probably obvious to you, and you may just want to fast forward in this video. But for a lot of bass players, this is just something very simple that we've never really even understood. So let's just look at first an E minor seventh arpeggio. Okay, so if I have E, G, B, and D, E minor seventh arpeggio. All right, if I take this note here, if I take this E, okay, and I put that up an octave, just rearrange the notes. If I do this, G, B, D, E, okay, again, going from this E, G, B, D, and just rearranging the notes to G, B, D, E, putting this note, this E natural, up an octave, I get a G6 chord. That's a G major triad with the sixth, with the major sixth, with E, okay? So that's the big reveal here. That's the big connection, okay? G major sixth and E minor are the same. E minor seventh are the same. This works in all keys, okay? If we have A minor seventh, A, C, E, G, again, take this lower note, take our root, raise it up an octave, and we have a C major sixth arpeggio. Okay, this works in all keys. Some of you are immediately seeing the obvious here. Okay, well, we're talking about relative major and minor, right? If we're talking about A minor and C major, okay, A minor seventh and C major sixth, relative minor. C major is the relative major, of relative minor being A minor. A minor, relative minor of C major. Okay, so there's that, right? But as I'm going to show you in this video, this isn't just a theory concept. This really unlocks huge possibilities for your improv and for your bass lines. So again, let's just put this on the bass now. If we're thinking about, let's go back to E minor and G6. Okay, so E minor seventh arpeggio, E, G, B, D. Okay, now just rearrange those notes and I get G, B, D, E. Okay, and I can play an E under that. Do this in the key of C major. Okay, if I have C major sixth, if I'm in the key of C major sixth. Okay, same notes. I'm here at A natural. Play those same notes, A, C, E, G, and I've got A minor. So anytime you have a key center, a major key center, you will have a same minor key center, the relative minor, right? A minor third below. Let's say we are in F major. Let's say we have F major sixth. F major sixth, okay? Same thing. If I take this note, D, drop it down an octave, I'm going to get D minor seven. Okay, so the two are connected. Anytime you have a major sixth arpeggio, it's the same thing as the relative minor. And anytime you have a minor seventh arpeggio, you can also play the major sixth on top of it. They are the same. Once again, G major sixth, the notes are G, B, D, E. E minor seventh, take this note, drop it down an octave, and I get the same notes just rearranged. E, G, B, D. Okay, now we're going to explore this on the bass, but again, remember, this isn't just a concept. We're going to talk about how this can really unlock these possibilities for us. Let's look at this on the bass a little more. Let's say we have an A minor seventh arpeggio. A, C, E, G. Now I'm going to play those same notes from C, from our minor third. C, E, G, A. Same notes as A minor 7. Now, let's play it from the next note, from E. Same notes, but from E. E, G, A, C. Now, same notes from the next note, from G. G, A, C, E. Okay? And then now from A, we're back where we started. Again. Right there, that's our major sixth, C major sixth. We started A minor 7, C major 6, and now going through the inversions. And then we're back where we started. This is something that as bass players, it's really important that we start becoming aware of, how the same sound can be sort of disguised if we just move the notes around. Something piano players are very aware of, because piano players are constantly changing the order of their notes when they're coming up with voicings. Something we as bass players need to be more aware of, that we can have the same sound, but we can change the notes to give us different approaches and to allow us to approach the harmony a bit differently, as we'll get into. This concept really expands your harmonic awareness. Most bassists think of arpeggios as isolated shapes, and they memorize them independently. But when you start to see this connection, if you start to see that C6 and E minor 7th, or G6 and E minor 7th are just two sides of the same coin, you start seeing harmonic relationships instead of isolated chords. Instead of thinking of chords as separate, you start seeing how they can overlap. And that's when improvisation really starts to flow. Because G major 6 and E minor 7, or C major 6 and A minor 7, or F major 6 and D minor 7 are the same notes, you can substitute one for another. So if something calls for G major, instead of being locked into just those G major ideas, you can start using E minor 7 vocabulary. This means different types of voice leading, more options, ultimately possibly a more fluid sound. You've heard me talk about targets and tonalities, my entry point system that I teach in my Bass Improv Mastery program. Well, here it is again. If we have E minor 7th, if I play an E minor 7th here on the piano, I can hit that, I can attack that, I can open that up by focusing on G as my target note and then playing around with a major tonality. So I could play just G major triad. Okay, I could play this G major 6 sound. G, B, D, E. Again, same thing, literally the same notes as E minor 7. Okay, I could even play G major 7th. Talked a lot about this in this other video I made about Cantaloupe Island, how we can start to really bring out the extensions on that. You can check that out here if you want to. But this is a great way to start opening up your palette so you're not always focusing on playing everything from the root. When you start thinking this way, it's going to start to simplify the fretboard and it'll improve your reaction time. Instead of memorizing separate patterns for every chord, you start seeing arpeggios as like multi-purpose tools. You know, it means when you're on a gig or improvising, you can react faster and make better choices without thinking so much. It simplifies your fretboard and it improves your reaction time. This approach can also maximize your practice time because with one arpeggio, you're getting two tonalities. Okay, if I'm practicing A minor 7th arpeggio, A, C, E, G, then I get C, E, G, A, right? I'm getting two for the price of one. I'm getting a major arpeggio and a minor arpeggio in one fell swoop. A, C, E, G, C, E, G, A, E, G, A, C, G, A, C, E, and now I'm back to where I started. A minor 7th, A, C, E, G, and I keep going up. C, E, G, A, E, G, A, C, G, A, C, E, and then back to where I started. A. Okay. So here's how to start incorporating this into your playing today. First, just be playing these arpeggios very, very slowly and ideally saying the notes as you play them, which is really going to help you to dial this in and also to start to really master your fretboard, where the notes are on your fretboard, because you have this specific sort of restrictive framework that you're working with. So I may start with A minor 7th and just say the notes aloud. A, C, E, G, C, E, G, A. E, G, A, C, G, A, C, E, A, C, E, G, and see if you can go up another octave if you have the range on your bass. Then C, E, G, A, E, G, A, C, G, A, C, E, and then A, C, E, G, okay? That's really going to help you to learn the notes on the fingerboard and dial this in. So now let's start on the major side of it. Okay, let's start on C major 6. C, E, G, A. I'm going to play those same notes now from E. E, G, A, C. Same notes from G. G, A, C, E. And now A minor. I'm going to hit my A minor 7th arpeggio. A, C, E, G. And then I'm back to where we started. C, E, G, A. Okay. Now, next thing I want you to do, and this is now we're going to start to really make music with this, is set up a drone of just a single chord playing out of time. Okay, so I may play just A minor 7th, just an A minor 7th chord here, or specifically I'm playing an A minor 9th chord here, right? First, just play that root. Okay. Play that root, and now let's go and play. So I'm playing A, right? The harmony is A minor. Now I'm going to step up and play some sort of a little fill or just a little phrase from C major 6th or just C major. Okay, so if I were to play C major 6, first let's play that root again. C major 6, C, E, G, E. Just the triad. Keep coming back to that open string to just take you home, play that root, right? But again, our target note in this case, we're thinking our target note is C, tonality is major. C major triad, C major 6th, even C major 7th. Okay. Next, we're going to keep that backing track. We're going to keep that drone, in this case, A minor, actually playing A minor 9 here, but you can play this anytime you have sort of an A minor minor tonality. I'm going to play a little bass line in A minor, and I'm going to play a little fill in our target and our tonality, right? I'm going to play a little fill from C as our target note, and our tonality being major. C major triad, C major 6, C major 7th, that sort of stuff. And what's happening here that's so cool is it's giving me these entry points, right? It's sort of dividing up the fretboard, dividing up the chord in my head. So it makes it a lot easier for me to just conceptually start to think about how I can play a fill or a solo over that tonality. Once I have this entry point of, in this case, C major 6th over A minor, then my ear can start to take me, where it wants to go. I can start to embellish around that. So I may not literally just be playing, right? That's pretty square just to play that. But just being in this zone now and knowing I'm in this zone, knowing I'm going to be playing sort of C major type ideas, now I can open it up and just let my ear go. Okay, and eventually I'm going to come back to some A minor pentatonic stuff, right? Again, A minor 7th, same as C6. So if you ever felt like your arpeggios weren't really helping you to improvise, this super obvious trick that we may not be aware of, seeing how a major 6 and a minor 7th chord are the same thing, just two sides of the same coin, this can really help to change that. Try this out and let me know in the comments. What did you think? Did this concept make sense to you? Have you thought about arpeggios in this way before? And again, this is really the most basic way to start seeing arpeggios in this way. And if you want to learn more about the system I'm talking about, this entry point system that uses targets and tonalities, click here.